Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. I hope your morning is going great. Mine's been awesome so far, and today we got some more juice to talk about, guys. Overwatch League has just been going nuts lately. So much drama, controversies, news. So if you want to stay updated with all the crazy content that has to do with the Overwatch League daily, please do yourself a favor, click that subscription box and stay updated. Today we're talking about some crazy stuff. We're starting off with some players that you guys are going to be shocked that were not signed into the Overwatch League, or at least they weren't signed yet, and it seems like it is very, very unlikely that they will be signed. We're talking about super popular players like Logix from the Florida Mayhem last season, who actually did have an offer from DC, but for some reason now is signed with an academy team. We'll talk about him. Then we're talking about Panker and Gods, both from the LA Gladiators, who everybody expected to get signed into the Overwatch League, but instead it was their two DPS players from the Gladiators Legion that got signed, and not Panker and Gods, who are both going to be on the Gladiators Legion in next contender season. And then of course we have Mangachu, who so many people were hoping was going to be joining the Dallas Fuel and be their new projectile player. It seemed like it could have been likely since Mangachu was on Team Canada with Jane, has the connection there. He's also friends with a lot of the players on the Dallas Fuel, so it was kind of lining up. I seen a ton of comments every single day talking about it and asking me about it. And well, guys, we can confirm today that Mangachu will be playing on an academy team going into next season. So yeah, very shocking that some of these players didn't make the Overwatch League. I'm going to be going in depth on why I think some of them did miss out this season and if they have a chance during the signing window in season 2. Then we are moving on, guys, and we're talking about the Hangzhou Overwatch League team, guys. It's official. They are going to be pink, blue, and white. I love it. The Reaper and Winston skins that were leaked yesterday are correct. The logo's correct. The name's correct. It's all correct, and they were officially announced today by Overwatch League Blizzard and themselves on Twitter. It's absolutely amazing. Honestly, this is now my favorite branding in the Overwatch League. You got to give them props. They took a risk and it paid off. We're going to be covering their press release. Then moving on, guys, we are going to be talking about Custa. So Custa was streaming earlier today. Everything was going good. You know, it's just a normal Custa stream. All his fans are, enjoying the stream, the gameplay, all of that. But then out of nowhere, he just straight up says, guys, I'm quitting streaming indefinitely. Out of nowhere with no context. Like, that's straight up what he said. So many people in the chat were very confused. He did follow up and give more information at the end of the game, but it was a weird statement. I don't know, guys. We're going to take a look at it. Something seems really fishy here, but that is going to be the video. If you guys are excited to watch it, be sure, do yourself a favor. Again, subscribe to my channel to stay updated on all Overwatch League content. The offseason has been nuts. Going into the Overwatch League Season 2, you're going to want to be followed. And now, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this video. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the New York Excelsior's Academy Team XL2. Real Leak Boy posted an update on the roster today. Adam, their former support player, is now moving to a staff role. Mangachu will be staying. Logix and Jur have been signed. So big news here for Jur. Congratulations to him. I'm going to get that out of the way. He is a former Kungarna player. Definitely deserves it. He always worked his ass off. But moving on to the main topic here, which is Mangachu and Logix both being signed for a season with XL2 Academy. Now what this basically almost means is that Mangachu and Logix have almost no chance at joining the Overwatch League prior to the mid-signing window, because roster locks are coming really soon, and if they just signed contracts with XL2, there's no way they're going to get picked up. And the fact that XL2's main Overwatch League team, New York Excelsior, is completely full Korean means that Mangachu and Logix are never going to get a two-way contract and pulled up. So literally they have no chance at getting signed until the mid-season window, which is really shocking, especially in Logix's case, which we're going to talk about him first, because he did have an Overwatch League offer from DC, but he got a little greedy. He asked them for more money than they wanted to pay him, and that unfortunately costed him a spot in the Overwatch League. Maybe at times he thought he had really good chances in other teams, and he just wanted to chase those tryouts, but unfortunately it seems like those might not have worked out. Or maybe he just straight up didn't want to join DC. I don't know the exact information. All I know exactly is that Logix was offered. DC wanted him really bad, but Logix just did not want to take the money they were offering, and he asked for more. DC was like, hey, I don't know, maybe we don't have that money, maybe we don't think you're worth it. We're going to go for our second option, which is Corey from the LA Gladiators Legion team, and then here we are now. Logix is being signed to XL2, leaving him out of the beginning of Season 2 Overwatch League with maybe a chance to join mid-season, and who knows, might even be unlikely that he gets a chance mid-season, because last season, during the mid-season signing window, we didn't get to see a lot of players signed. The only ones that I really remember remember is AKM, and that's one. Maybe you guys can refresh my memory in the comments, but who did get signed during the mid-season window? There was trades that I remember. Rascal, obviously. Fisher. I just straight up don't remember any players getting signed, though. Oh, OGE got signed. I remember one there, but a lot of the players that did get signed were Koreans. Logix is not a Korean. Oh, I'm remembering a few now. We have Arctic, Choi Hyobin, who both got signed to San Francisco Shock, which again, Koreans. So I don't know what Logic's chances would be going into the midseason window, competing with all the rising Korean stars that we'll see in the next Korean contenders. He might just miss out on all of season 2, and this could make him less greedy going into season 3 if he does get an offer. Logix is definitely a good player, and he did have his moments during season 1 with Florida Mayhem, but he also had some bad moments where he was inconsistent, he didn't want to practice, he was burning out, which, you also can't blame him because Florida Mayhem wasn't the best team in season 1 when it comes to, actual skill-wise, how they were performing, but also with the organization. They weren't really supporting the players that great. They had one coach almost the whole time, and we also seen a clip of Logix talking about Ryder, one of their coaches, who just straight up said, I'm not going to coach you guys because you make too many mistakes. Now, again, I don't know if it's true or not. It was only confirmed by Logix. It could be a lie. Not too sure, but I see no reason why he would lie. So if the coaching staff was like that, then I kind of do feel bad for Logix. Who knows? He's in a weird spot. We're going to see what happens with him. Let's move on, though, now and talk a little bit about Mangachu. Now, again, so many people in my comments in the past few videos have been asking me about Mangachu and is it likely if he does join Dallas Fuel. There's a reason I never really brought him up. It's because I didn't think it was likely. And it's not because I don't think Mangachu is like a good player or anything. I just don't think he is a good fit for the Dallas Fuel. I think they need a real hyper carry. Yes, Mangachu before season 1 was known as just a fair one trick. Obviously, he expanded his hero pool. He proved he can play that Sombra, he can play that Pharah, he can play that Genji, he can play that Brigitte. He's definitely more flexible now. It's just that he can't play them all at a super high level. Of course, having him on Pharah is great. He's probably still one of the best Pharahs in the entire world. He still just needs to work on those other heroes, and I don't think he would be a good fit for Dallas because they're going to need a hyper carry flex like Siegel. And real quick, we can go ahead and talk about Dallas Fuel a little bit because this is a pretty big topic. If they can't sign somebody who can replace Siegel and play at the same level he was in stage 4, I really don't know how good they're going to be. Definitely they have a shot at being a top team, but that really could be what plagues them in season 2 if they don't find the right player. Again, I've heard it's going to be somebody big. That's why I didn't say it was Mangachu. Maybe like Flower, Fleta, Agility's Hydration. We'll just have to wait and see. But as for Mangachu, it makes sense that he was signed over at XL2. He could have maybe got a sub role on some other Overwatch League team like Atlanta or DC, but all of the new expansion teams really didn't sign a bunch of players. A lot of them are sitting at an 8-man roster or 9 max. So I guess in that regard, there really wasn't too much space for him. Maybe the mid-season signing window is an opportunity for him to get signed, but I don't know. It makes sense that he didn't make it, but it kind of is sad. He could have made it. Maybe his trials just didn't go all that great. But let's go ahead and move on now and stop talking about XL2 because we need to talk about the LA Gladiators Legion. Now, there's one particular player who you guys already know I'm talking about. It's going to be Panker from the Gladiators Legion, who everyone expected to get signed in the Overwatch League. It seemed like everybody had him as a shoe-in for the LA Gladiators' new main tank. I kept saying, slow your rolls, guys, slow your rolls. LA Gladiators is going to look around. They just kicked Fisher. They're going to make sure they want to pick up one of the best main tanks available. And they did just that. They took a very long time. They trialed every single main tank that was a free agent, and Roar was the guy they wanted to get. Unfortunately for Panker, he just didn't cut it, and that left him on Gladiators Legion. He definitely did get a bunch of other trials. Not too sure what happened in them. I guess he just underperformed and didn't prove himself to be the best main tank available for that team to pick up, and that's left him right now sitting in the LA Gladiators. Maybe he did sign a 2-way contract moving into this next season of Contenders. It is possible. He would be a good backup to Roar, but this is definitely going to be a huge shock to a lot of you guys. I know Panker was such a shoe-in for you. It's unfortunate, but we'll see what he can do in the next season of Contenders and if he is under a 2-way contract very soon. And now moving on to the off-tank of Gladiators Legion, we have Gods, who was definitely expected to make Overwatch League as well, especially for a team like DC or Atlanta, one of the North American rosters coming in. To be honest, I thought Gods was going to make the Overwatch League as well, but I'm also not like super surprised that he didn't make it. I feel like he was probably one of those guys that came down to the final 2 off-tanks and just didn't get selected every single time. Very similar similar to Manhattan. I feel like Gods has a high potential for being signed during the mid-season window for a team that might not like their off-tank. It's just classic Gods. I am really glad though that he finally did find a role that he can just stick on and play 24/7, which is Diva. There's not really too much to talk about here. I know the biggest thing with the LA Gladiators Academy team is that their DPS players Blase and Corey were both signed to Overwatch League teams, while their main tank and off-tank, who was clearly, in my opinion and a lot of other people's opinion, the best thing about their team throughout the 2 seasons of Contenders that they played together. So that was definitely shocking. Corey and Blase, they must have popped off in their trials, and maybe Panker and Gods just didn't perform as well as many expected them to do. So that's pretty much where we're at with all the players that haven't been signed to the Overwatch League that are pretty big shockers so far. Be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know who you guys are most shocked that aren't in the Overwatch League so far. Maybe I'll make a video on them as well. But let's go ahead and move on now and take a look at the official statement of the Hangzhou Overwatch League team. Presenting the Hangzhou Spark. The 2019 Overwatch League season begins on February 14th, 2019, but today we're welcoming one of the new teams that will compete for the championship. Meet the Spark, and there we go, guys. Pink, blue, and white as promised. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy, so excited. There's not really too much to talk about it because I literally just made a video talking about how hyped I am about the colors, the logo, the skins. Everything looks amazing. Hands down, they are the best branding in the Overwatch League. They took a leap of faith, and I definitely think it paid off. That's pretty much all we got for Hangzhou right now, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think about them, and let's go ahead and move on and take a look at these clips from Custa stream, because this was very weird and came out of nowhere. He is indefinitely quitting streaming. Take a look.
So you guys know, this will be my last stream for an indefinite amount of time. Unfortunately, things have happened that is going to force me that I cannot stream. I cannot really go into details about it, but yes. Is that a joke? No. I am very sorry. I wish I could tell you more, but I cannot. So, life is unfortunate. What about, well, no, like, I cannot stream.
So yeah, again, that was really weird. It came out of nowhere basically an hour into his stream, and his fans were going crazy. Eventually the game did end, and he did respond and say it had nothing to do with LA Valiant, had nothing to do with him, or I don't know, it was a weird response. Roll that clip.
Is that good or bad? It's fine. It's fine. Things are okay. Don't worry. Should we be worried? No, you should not be worried. Sorry. We have to go again. No, you shouldn't be worried. It's fine. Okay. That means bad. No, everything's fine. Don't worry. It's just a temporary problem. We'll be fine. It has nothing to do with me, Valiant, or anything like that. Nothing terrible has happened. Nothing is groundbreaking. Everything is still going just as everything's planned. It's just I cannot stream for the next little bit.
And that was it. I mean, honestly, I don't know what to believe. Sure, we can take his word for it. It is Custa. He seems like a very trustable guy. But as for the LA Valiant, maybe they are stopping him from streaming. Again, he did say that they weren't, which... take it at face value. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I honestly have no idea. The only reason I am questioning this is just because of how he was acting, the way he delivered this to his stream randomly, and then his response saying it had nothing to do with him or LA Valiant. If it has nothing to do with you or LA Valiant, I don't know what it has to do with. Maybe a family issue. Not too sure. Hopefully everything's okay for Custa. Maybe LA Valiant is doing it. We're just going to have to wait and see what unfolds, guys. Thank you for watching the video, though. That is going to be it for me. Be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know if you enjoyed all the content within it. If you did as well, be sure to subscribe for more daily Overwatch League content. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.